Tonight, Pocatello residents were presented with initial findings from the city's housing study and invited to share their feedback on the housing plan moving forward. KPVI News That Works for You journalist McLean Westbrook was at City Hall to learn more.
Pocatello's housing study was conducted by Stantec, who worked to gather data and input from different stakeholders to identify housing issues in Pocatello.
The housing study has been a multi-month process. I think the challenges around building new housing are pretty significant in Pocatello. There's limited land that's available to build new housing. There's, again, not as many builders that build new housing as there once was in recent years. The scarcity of land, is an important issue.
As housing remains unaffordable, the study found that new housing was needed among all housing types. Pocatello's amount of multifamily housing units is sparse compared to other similar metro areas. Demand for ownership housing is very strong, and single-family rentals are on the rise. A challenge to creating new housing, however, is the lack of developable land in the area caused by slope topography and limited available land.
There's not that much of it. So then thinking about, well, how do we maybe recycle the land that's already been used for, higher and better housing purposes?
The study advises Pocatello to focus on 4 different housing strategies. That includes production of new housing development, preservation of existing housing stock so it remains livable and affordable, capacity building, which focuses on supporting local builders to create housing, and site-specific strategies that emphasize creating housing that promotes growth in certain areas, such as downtown.
We know that not all of these strategies may be appropriate for Pocatello, and that's where this next phase is narrowing down into what are probably the most realistic strategies that the city can, make a commitment to try to implement.
The next steps for the study include revising strategies based on input from this event during early February. Stantec will go on to engage Pocatello officials in mid to late February before finalizing the results of the study in early March. Reporting in Pocatello, McLean Westbrook, KPVI, News That Works for You.